Well, hello everybody. This is Susan from SLC Aquatics and Jeremy from Sergeant Tanks with a surprise pop-up stream. I want to say hi to Susie Q in the chat. Well, what a great surprise. Yep, he came to bring something over, and I said, I'm going to grab you for a surprise stream. So get the word out, spread it. It's not pre-scheduled or anything. So go share it on the Fish Tubers notification, and Fish Fam Link's going to catch me when I go live anyway and put the link out. So anyway, I hope you're doing good, Susie Q. Tell us a little bit about what's going on in your rooms right now. I know you've got the reptile room and your fish room and your outside life with the pond and your turtles and your chickens and everything going on out there. Hey, Jeremy.
Hey, Susan.
So I'm going to let Jeremy say a few things right now since he's here, and just go for it.
Wow,
Scoot up
right on the spot.
Yeah, scoot on up here and get in this camera
Spend
shot.
a little bit. Well, I hope everybody's doing well. From our point of view, obviously, we've been down here in Alabama now for about a year and a half. We moved down last July, officially. And as far as fish rooms and that go, basically we shut everything down. So right now, the only thing fish-wise that's running is our 125. And then we have 40 longs and then a 20-gallon cube.
What do you got in the 40 longs?
Right now they're just holding tanks, essentially. So we have basically just some ancestors in there. I might have one. I'm trying to think what else is in there. Basically, they're just being maintained and fed. I don't even pay attention to what's in there anymore.
Okay.
I want to say that I have one good day left. Unfortunately, I lost majority of everything on the way down.
Okay.
And that's just life. It's the way it goes. Yeah, I won't go through all of that again. I did share that when we first moved down my channel about those losses. So yeah, a lot of that bloodline, I was working stuff that we were distributing throughout the country for many years. Unfortunately, I lost the stuff. Besides the stuff that we donated and got rid of, I essentially donated over half of our fish room before the move.
Yeah, one of your 40s and about 2 or 3 10s here are yours.
So the plan.
Go ahead.
No, so the plan is going forward is I don't anticipate getting back into the breeding aspect of it. I gotta say I actually enjoy not doing that anymore. I did that for so many years. I think it was it's just not conducive from a business standpoint. That's why we had to shut things down. Yeah, I mean, you're barely even breaking even.
Would you ever get into a rescue situation where you took rescues from people?
I wouldn't, just because I know what that opens up, and it kind of enables and condones people to, and I'm not saying that everyone is like that,
right?
But I did a lot of that for many years.
Mm-hmm.
Stuff I just kind of kept off from the internet, but full transparency, I did that quite a bit. As far as rehabbing, I've even gone over to friends, people that was associated with a club that I was part of up north in Michigan. I used to go over there and do like surgical procedures and stuff I wouldn't ever put on the internet, because of course me doing it's one thing. It just comes with experience, but sharing that information on the internet, and then somebody goes out, of course, does it, then something happens, and you know who they're going to point the finger at. So kind of ties in with the whole rescue piece. I'm appreciative for those who do it. It's very hard to do. But to get back into that, no. So our focus now is, I do plan on in about a year or so, probably between a year and a half, I will be churning. We still have a lot of aquariums, so I'm going to hold on to those. Obviously, those are empty besides the ones I already mentioned that are actively going. And then I think I figured about 33 aquariums. Well, I'll be doing more of a gallery style. Just more for viewing and pleasure and that sort of thing, not necessarily for breeding.
Right.
And of course, from moving down, one of the reasons why we moved, obviously, besides the weather and just change of life and everything else that goes along with it, is to have the land. And now where you have the freedom, specifically where we're at, which is very nice because we're in an incorporated area, of the county. So pretty much you can do, besides, you know, what falls under the HOA, I mean, you could take four-wheelers, ATVs up on the street if you want to. It's just, I like it so much better where we're at now.
Good.
To have that freedom. We're still in the community where we are neighbors, but having a few acres of land to be able to do. And now we have, we're going to be getting it. Actually, they're already breeding for us. So we have silkies. I shared that a little bit when we moved down on my channel,
Yeah,
and shared those.
Check out his channel. He's got an update over there of some.
I don't know if I end up releasing it or not. I'm
There
sure
was
if you filtered
one
through
that
there,
I
it might
saw
be on there.
I saw the is it a 300 stock tub with turtles in it out there on the property, or 150?
Yes, you're right. It is a 300-gallon stock. So yes, we still have the turtles. All of those again were
Red
rescues
sliders,
many years
aren't
ago.
they? Or you got multis?
I got 3 red ear sliders and 1 terrapin.
And 1 terrapin. Okay.
Yep,
And the silky chickens, you know, Susie's got them now.
Yes.
And I know my friend Skull Aquatics breeds he's got 3 different species of the Goodeids. And is there a limia?
Yeah, there's many different limias. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have your Limia nigrofasciata, which is your humpback limia. You have your Limia tiger species.
I think he said tigers.
Which those actually got reclassified.
But he's
I forgot, unfortunately, probably 75%. I would have to go back and refresh, because you're gonna lose more than what, unless you can't. It's not like riding a bike. Not to say if somebody put me on the spot, hey, could you do your presentation that you used to do that which was methodology, the fish breeding and fish keeping.
You still have enough knowledge.
I think I could probably dig deep, but it would take me a little bit more effort. But I can't just ramble species off like I used to.
Right.
So.
Well, I'm hoping next spring that I can have like a swap here on the property.
Okay.
So bring whatever you want to down.
Yeah, we have a ton of still, like I said, I donated probably, I just got rid of it. We were in the bind. It was actually the same day that we were moving. And you know how it goes with Marketplace. The other people that were lined up never end up showing up and falling through. So I ended up having to reach out to a couple of contacts through my club that I was part of up there, and said, hey, I'll give it to you if you want to donate. Just do it on behalf of Sergeant Tank and donate those funds back to the club. I don't know if they ever end up doing it or not. I don't think that they did, but it was about $3,000 or $4,000 worth of stuff. We just didn't have the space for it, and that's just life. So yeah.
Well, I guess a lot of folks are working at this time of the day. Sometimes I would do a live stream around 11 on Thursday mornings, and I'd have it pre-scheduled, so I send the links out on Facebook and on Instagram. And those that didn't make it this morning are gonna hate it because I mentioned it. I mentioned it Tuesday night, so.
And anybody that knows me well enough, they know that's what I was big on, is impromptu live streams.
Yep. Who needs a schedule, right?
That's right. That's what I miss doing. And I knew the direction. I called it many years ago, but I remember the direction and I called it, and I see a lot of people now doing live streams. And I knew back then the direction of the platform, because now you see all short form content and stuff. I still stay in the know with the whole YouTube thing just in case I ever get back into doing it. But as I mentioned on my channel, unfortunately, and this happened about 3-4 years ago now, about 3 years ago, they ended up demonetizing due to the inactivity. And unfortunately, as anybody knows here that has a YouTube channel themselves, is I have to start all over again. So you have to get, of course I have a subscriber count, but you have to get all of the hours. Correct.
But it wouldn't take long just to activate.
No, and if I did, I would probably.
James Lathan moved down from Illinois to he's in Center Point, Alabama.
Oh yeah, yep.
Hey James, just thought I would pop in and say hi. The Nano Aquarium guy is here. Hi, welcome to the live stream. Yep, this is that impromptu that I said I was going to do with Jeremy if I could grab him, and I thought I was going to let him get away, and I mentioned it, and he goes, well, come on.
If you don't ask, you shall not receive.
That's right. I guess I do it out a lot then, don't I? I don't ask. But Jeremy has moved down from Michigan to here in Is it Northwest Alabama or still Central?
Yeah,
North
we're technically
Central.
still in Central, yeah.
Yeah. Alabama. He's about 35 minutes
Yep.
from me if I jumped in the car to go see him, and for him to come see me. Sounds like Rod's coming in.
Half is home, yeah.
Mr. SLC Aquatics is here, and we're doing an impromptu live stream, honey. Do you need my help? And but anyway, I haven't made it out to their home yet, but I do make plans to do that. And I know they have some dreams and plans for the property within the next few years.
Yeah.
As they get good and settled. The kids are doing great in school, and Joel is a senior this year.
Yep, he'll be graduating. He's already got accepted to, and of course he already knows this. He's applied to various colleges around in the area, and he's already been accepted to one of them, but I know he's going to be accepted to, he's straight A student, but yeah,
awesome.
They're all doing phenomenal. They're all,
And Cora's a junior and will be a senior next year. And and then the Jordan, what grade is he in? Middle school yet?
Yep. Yeah, he's part of the high school, which is, I always have to remind him, even though you're in a adjacent wing to the high school, you're still not technically high school yet. It's weird when I hear, yeah, I'm 8th grade. No, you haven't started high school yet.
Yep.
And those years are going to go by so fast, because Cora now, she's sophomore.
Oh, sophomore, going to be a junior next year?
Yeah, yeah, and she has some plans of what she wants to do as well after school, after high school. And then we'll see if the plans pan out for what she wants to do. They're very much involved in after-school activities as far as volunteer work and different stuff like that.
Susie says, I would love to move a little warmer and an acre of land. Yes, as much livestock and critters that you have there, you're making it work. And I'm sure you've given up many a bedroom in order to make it work. And now she's really remodeled her basement. I don't know if you've caught any of her. And I think there might be another building that she's remodeled or something on the property. So, and she's got her tubs out in the front. She's got her her turtle habitats and her 2,000-gallon pond that she dug herself with her family and friends. And Nathan Hovey has come in. Hey, Nathan. Hello, my fishy friends. And then don't forget to show love for love, as Susan always says. Go over and visit their channel and subscribe, and in your spare time watch some of their content and leave comments, because Jeremy has some excellent videos, and they're great references for anything that you have going on in your fish room and even in your outside. I think you and I did a series on planted tanks at one time.
Yeah, that sounds right.
And that was really very informational because of your experience and everything.
Sure.
Fish Fam link is Matt at Liquid Zoo. He has a website now for the Fish Fam community.
Okay.
And it's a great hub to go to for not only their channels, but he has live notifications, and he has a Patreon account that you can support the work that he's done there. He's linked my blog section on my website, because all of the articles there were the ones published in the Fish Fam community newsletter.
Nice. Yeah.
A couple months ago, I published the last one for right now.
Okay.
It's always it was always like being a dentist and pulling eye teeth to try to get the community to write articles.
Sure.
And so Bob Steenfott and Dina at Everything Aquatics has a fish cure link. And so I was grabbing their articles with permission to republish them. And a few of the community members wrote some articles. One disappeared after he did. One was a little overwriter. And so he wanted he sent so many articles.
Sure.
I probably could have still written
Yeah.
on some of the articles he sent me, but I got busy in my life. My health, I started having problems, so I had to slow down a little bit. The fish room's neglected, but it's thriving, and a lot of times fish do much better without our involvement anyway, because if you're not overfeeding them, they're grabbing things naturally because of the deep substrate
Sure.
aquariums. I have some actually no substrate, and different. I have sand, I have gravel, I have aragonite and sand over there, and gravel and eco complete, and just all kinds of varieties in my fish rooms. And the best ones are the deep substrates that has either, I don't have any dirt that's capped, but I have gravel that's capped with sand, and root feeding stem plants in there, and lots of java moss, and they get fed 2 and 3 times a week. They don't get fed 3 times a day like our box stores tell us to do.
Yeah.
And that's why you have to do weekly 10 and 20% water changes and change your filter media out every 30 days. But anyway, that keeps the market going, doesn't it? Yep. It's all a marketing ploy.
Yeah.
So, Fish Fam saying, in the house, yes you are. And what's the channel? Sergeant Tank. And if one of my mods could grab his channel and post the link, I'd appreciate it. Because I don't like the clicking sound of my keyboard on my stream. So go for it.
It's going to be all old content.
Yeah, it's old content.
It's about
but it's
probably 3 years of, I don't even know, an actual edited video. It's probably been about 4 years for me.
But you have
the information's there, yes.
Yeah, hundreds of information.
You're preaching to the choir when it comes to calling out box stores, and
yeah,
I never shied away from. My biggest thing was, and I even at our club, is I try to encourage, especially more do-it-yourself. If it's not broke, why fix it?
Mm-hmm.
And of course now with foods, that's a whole nother rant.
Yeah, I
All
carry
people
a
are
lot
doing
of.
is just rebranding the same thing that's been out there for many years. But.
I carry a lot of Dina, everything aquatic foods, and mainly because hers didn't have preservatives in it. It's all natural.
Yep.
And the last ones that I've purchased, like the pellets and a couple of the sticks, have had a small amount of preservatives, just because of the moisture content that's in the pellet itself, and you don't want it to decay while it's sitting on the shelf. And these things, you can put them in your freezer and pull them out later, but I would not advise doing it unless you're going to feed it to several tanks quickly, because any frozen food, once it thaws out, it can change its chemical makeup, and just like sugar and fruit, if you dehydrate it, your sugar converts to a even more dangerous type of sugar. So anyway, I'm not here as a biologist scientist today because I have limited knowledge. And Susie Q says, but it's still great content. Yes, it is. And it's can be quite entertaining when he has some guests on some of his shows.
Used to get entertaining, but let's just say those aren't public.
Oh, you made those private?
Well, yeah, let's just say it was a different time of my life.
Yeah, okay. The entertainment part's gone, but the information's there.
We went from probably not let's just say I transitioned more PG content. Anyway.
Yeah, everybody knows this is family-friendly content, so we appreciate that. And Nathan Hovey says he'll be back in a flash. We've got Mark Sturlson and a friend named Lee Wilcox from England, who I met on Father Fish's channel. Okay. And he's such a character. He knows when he comes to Susan's channel, he's got to behave himself, because he has alter ego characters that he'll log in and stir up mess. Terry's Tropicals is in the house. Hey, Terry, it's been a long time since I saw you, man. I hope you're doing well. Yeah.
Have you heard anything from Dwayne? I've not heard from him in several years.
His wife passed.
Yeah,
and his health went down.
Okay. Okay.
So if anybody's heard about Dwayne Kitchell, you know, give us a little email shout out and inform us, because he's no longer active on Facebook.
Yeah.
Depths Unknown's in the house. Hey, and Diego at Petsotics. Howdy, folks. Howdy, Sarge. And howdy, Fish Fam Mom. Hello. Howdy. Are you from Texas? Howdy. Anyway, come on in, and or it could be Tennessee. Howdy. Come on in for a spot of tea. Yep. Anyway, guys, this is Jeremy at Sergeant Tank. He's not active on his channel except for a few videos here of updates of the changes that he's made moving from Michigan here to Alabama. I'm just so glad and honored to even have him in the house with me. You know, to me, he's a star in the Fish Fam community.
Oh.
And one of the original 5 or 10 that I started with way back 8 years ago, it was Corey, Bob, him, Jimmy, and Lucas, and Charles, and Chaz Aquatics, yep. And if I start naming names, I'm going to forget somebody. You probably have a better repertoire there than I do.
Yeah, a lot of them aren't active anymore, but yeah.
Yeah, Jimmy is traveling right now.
Okay.
And he's still doing a lot of videography that is just...
I haven't talked with Jimmy in quite some time.
I think he's in California. I'm not sure if he still works for a aquarium co-op yet.
Okay.
I don't have those details, but anyway, him and Bob get together and do car videos every once in a while. And
okay.
They just do whatever brings in some money.
Yeah, do what you gotta do.
They haven't done any good camping trips lately,
I
so
gotcha.
That's what I like watching.
Yeah.
And he had to move since his friend passed, and they sold the home.
Yeah.
And he's rebuilt his fish room and got a lot of tanks going. He was on a kick of getting many different species of Corydora.
Okay.
And I think he has over 35 different species right now.
Wow.
And so he's started me venturing out, and I have 6 species of Corydora now, which I used to just have peppered Corydora and wouldn't move. Now I've got albinos and agassiz, pygmies, bronze. I've got 1 skunk Corydora in there, and I don't know, I've lost count now. But anyway, I've enjoyed reaching out and experimenting, having different fish. I used to be just the guppy shrimp lady, and then I went to the crustacean lady from the guppy lady, because I had nothing but mystery snails in 15 tanks, and then I had probably 7 tanks full of self-cloning crayfish.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I took 6 dozen to a gentleman in Auburn.
Mm.
And him and his brother split them up and shared them out for different reasons.
They've become quite illegal in many states. Michigan is one of them too.
They're not legal to have here in Alabama anymore, so Susan doesn't have any more self-cloning crayfish, but I have fallen in love with the blue crayfish that a lot of people here in Indian and Alabama are now raising. So that they're highly territorial. If you don't have the right setup for them, they will even
they're pretty easy to
kill their mate. Though.
The allanite that you're referring to.
Oh, is it the allanite?
Yeah, yeah. So I used to have the Clarkie or Clarkeye, the orange one many years ago. I used to breed those, but yeah, they're easy to sex. But the allanite are the ones that are considered invasive. But the Clarkeye in most states, those are illegal as well.
Okay.
They're a larger. They look similar, but without actually having them side by side, it can be a bit. But there's a lot of information out there on them.
Well, our local water company put out an article probably about 2 years ago now, and I published it on the blog about the crayfish extinction here in our areas, and they use the crayfish the natural crayfish for filtration in their reservoirs and things. And so if they catch you catching them out of the creeks, they, can fine you. So, but I was wanting to set up a natural environment to where they could reproduce and I could reintroduce them. But I'd have to have their legislation to disperse them in the proper location. So that was too much.
One of the downsides is with the crayfish, I found in my experience by collecting or just going to natural habitats and actually seeing them and witnessing them, a lot of them carry parasites. So something that can be overlooked. And then, of course, if you introduce, but if it's isolated and you treat it properly. But.
Yeah, and anytime that you are breeding something to release needs to be, I guess, well monitored.
Exactly, yeah.
Because you don't want to reintroduce something that's natural in the environment that could turn it bad instead of good. And I don't know what Susie said me too to. Do you?
I'm not sure what that's a reference to.
We've got Holly here, Freaky Fish Lady, and she's in Texas, I do believe.
Okay.
And so.
That's a state I would love to go visit someday.
Me too.
Yep. And
I've been through it in connection flights, so I didn't like the Dallas airport at all.
Nah, I've heard about that.
And of course, Fish Fam Link is asking you, if you're having a good time, do not forget to hit that like button. Fish Fam Link. All right, we've got 5 likes, 4 viewing, but we've had more here. I think it got up to 7 a while ago, but spread the word and let everybody know that Jeremy from Sergeant Tank is here on Fish Fam Mom's channel live. We're going to be here for a few more minutes because I know Rod put up the groceries, but I do need to go see what he got so I would know what's in there. Anything else that's on your heart today?
I don't think so, no. Well, thanks for having me on.
All right.
This was definitely impromptu.
Yep, and always...
And like I told you, as soon as I leave here, I got to go right back to work.
Yeah, so he's taking a break before he has to go back to work. So anyway, guys, we want to thank you for showing up and showing out, and don't forget to show love for love. And again, this is Susan for SLC Aquatics Fish Fam Mom and
Jeremy with Sergeant Tank. It's still there. It's
still there, and that's all we'll have to just remember, that go over there and check his channel out. You're probably gonna have an increase in activities. But we do appreciate you guys. Love you. God bless you, and we'll see you next time.